situation. What is a situation where humility is completely expressed by Ishwar Puri? And Advaita Acharya is very happy to receive or to have Ishwar Puri in his house. So that is why Mukunda, what he started doing, he started singing song of Krishna. Yei matra shunilena mukundera gite padila Ishwara Puri dharila dhali puri dhari prithivite. So as soon as Ishwar Puri heard the song of Krishna, the song is entering the ears of Krishna, of Ishwar Puri. And Ishwar Puri was completely in ecstasy. He fell to the ground. So the heart of Puri Pad, that is Ishwar Puri Pad, was melted by the love-filled singing of the Mukunda. Was so happy. The shedding of artificial tears by Siro Sampradaya members who imitate the transcendental position of the fact actual Vaishnavas simply results in their being deprived of the devotees' association. Realizing their ineligibility, persons whose hearts are steel framed display artificial duplicities, emotions to attract people. This falls in the category of pretentious emotions. It's a very, very important subject. Actually, these all things you can experience, you can understand by experience. I'll tell you. Yesterday, my sister lost her father-in-law. So we had gone in the night after the class, Bhakti Shastri class, we had gone to meet. Before that, I just inquired to her. That time she says, my father-in-law has gone to Golok, to the Lord. I just asked her, how do you know this? She said, I know. And she kept the phone. I'm just telling this so that you can understand the subject nicely. Till we don't understand it with our practical experience, this all will be just, okay, study and go ahead. Study, go ahead. So the night when we went around 9:30, the body was kept in the, so they had a medical thing because she's a doctor, all the medical facilities and all. So the box is kept. Then she was saying, my father-in-law, she said, I know where the destination is. I said, is it? Yeah, destination of a person, I know. His eyes are open. That means he has gone to Vaikuntha. He's a big yogi. And I told that is true. But as far as my understanding is, when the yogis try to remove from their head, from the forehead, yes, that is there. Consciously, every day he used to see Rama, he used to see Linga. I said, Acha. Yeah, Linga, Rama. Then crying and not crying, being in ecstasy, singing. This is all display of artificial emotions. These artificial emotions were so much of like where they try to place the logics, where they try to show that like us, there is no devotee. Like singing and showing some bhava. My own sister only. How to understand whether they are in the path of devotional service or not. The more they are inclined to serve the Guru Shishya Parampara, then we can understand they are in the path of devotional service. The more one tries to do the devotion on his own, Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi, Pancharatri, Kaviti Vina, Ekantika, Harer Bhakti, Utpati Vaikira. Such people will only cause Utpata. Thinking that, I have attained that stage where I can even see the death, I can tell where the people's destination is. So all these things these yogis do. She's also a great yogi. No doubt in the previous life, she must have been born she must have done some yoga tapasya, that is why born in Varanasi. But if a person is not surrendered to the parampara, then he goes on going here and there. Like sometimes I'll go to Sadhguru, sometimes I'll go to this Baba, sometimes I'll go to Shirdi Baba, Sometimes this Amma, that Amma. Sometimes they call themselves as God, knower of everything. So all these things are pretentious. Why? Because lack of association of devotees. If they are not interested in the devotees association, what will happen? This is the thing which will happen. People are searching God. Everyone is searching God. Yesterday in Bhagavad Gita also we studied the same thing. There are people who try to consider God in Prakriti as God. They'll try to consider any form as God, any Devata as God. They will not find any distinction. This is known as Mayavad. So they also exhibit emotions, but that emotions is a Shanabhangur emotion. It is artificial. It is just to attract the mob. See, I am the knower of many things. On the contrary, who is a Vaishnava? Vaishnava, he always says, I am the most fallen person. Ishwar Puripa says, I am Shutra Dhamma. So this is how we should understand. The ecstasy which is shown by the devotees are not artificial. Because if they do such, their authority, their guru has a stick in the hand. So the devotees never display artificial emotions. Even devotees have tears in the eyes when they see the Lord. Sometimes they have, but they will try to hide it. The more you hide your emotions, the more you are with Krishna. The more we display our emotions, understand, the more we are displaying, that means we are proving, we are trying to do some artificial attraction. Nayanera Jalayanta, Nahi Katahana, Puna Puna Bade, Prema Dharar Payana. Now Ishwarpuri continuously the tears is flowing. Now again, whenever the emotions expressed by Mahan Acharyas, never we should consider they are artificial. They are so humble, so humble. Even while crying, they only see the mercy of Krishna. That, oh Krishna, I am not eligible to perform devotional service. But somehow it is your mercy. Like yesterday in Bhagavad Gita, we did section 16 to 19 in chapter 9, where Krishna says, I am Mata, I am Pita, I am the spirit, I am the matter, I am the maintainer. So many identifications Krishna gives. Why? So that he is so merciful unto us that he wants to remove our Bheda Prakriti. He wants to remove this type of Bheda, what we do. Sometimes we think, he is such a great person. Oh, he is a downtrodden person. No. Seeing Krishna in everything. Krishna wants us to see everything, to see Krishna in everything. There is no thing which is separate from Krishna. That means there is no Maya. Actually, there is no Maya. Maya is there in our consciousness. Maya means seeing something different from Krishna. Oh, this is Maya. That is Maya. No. The moment we have this type of attitude, we see something different from Krishna, then that is Maya. So Krishna is so merciful to the devotees that Krishna wants that the devotees should not have Bheda in their consciousness. That is why Krishna says, I am this, I am that, I am the maintainer, I am the gati, I am the goal, I am the process also. I am the inquisitiveness also. Krishna is saying, suppose somebody is inquiring, that inquiry, the intelligence to inquire is also Krishna. By saying this, Krishna is actually making us understand that the intelligence is also given by me. Then the ability to perform devotion is also given by me. Somebody is chanting Omkara. Somebody is chanting Rig Veda, Yajur Veda. Somebody is performing sacrifice. So what Krishna wants to tell in this? Somebody is performing sacrifice immediately because of our lower intelligence. We consider, oh, this is karma kand. Suppose somebody is studying Vedas, he's interested in studying Vedas. Immediately we say, this is all not necessary to study. You should study Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So this is incomplete knowledge, because what is Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam? That is the essence of the Vedas, true. But suppose somebody is interested in studying Vedas and understanding that Krishna is the one who has compiled the Vedas and the goal is Krishna, then he is not wrong. On the contrary, there are two verses which says, there are Veda parties who are interested in the Vedas, but they don't know the goal of the Vedas. So then that is wrong. So that is what Krishna wants to say. Krishna says, understand the goal. The goal is me. So by saying this, Krishna is so merciful to the devotees. He wants the devotees should have a broader heart, not a narrow heart. There, another line, Krishna says, I am the same two-handed form. So in the purpose, Srila Prabhupada says, every form is again Krishna form. Even seeing the demigod separate from Krishna, that is an aparadha. So Krishna says, I am only that person. At the same time, there is a difference. Achintya bheda, abheda. So everything belongs to Krishna. At the same time, there is a difference. But seeing something separate from Krishna, that is aparadha. Finding difference in the form of Krishna, again, that is the biggest aparadha. So this is all why it is happening, because lack of knowledge, you can see. When there is a lack of knowledge, we try to see the Veda. And Krishna tries to remove this type of consciousness. And that is why Krishna, out of causeless mercy to the devotees, gives the jnana. Krishna tells to Arjuna, I am giving this jnana to you. Now Bhagavad Gita is open for everyone. Even Mayavadis are studying Bhagavad Gita. In spite of studying Bhagavad Gita, why is it that they identify any form as Krishna? They don't understand that every form belongs to Krishna at the same time, serving Krishna. Krishna is the goal. Krishna is the aim. That is just because they are not devotees. They have enviousness towards Krishna. They are envious. That is why they try to show that they are very great. So that is a Mayavadi. Mayavadis, they don't understand that Supreme is Krishna. They don't want the form of Krishna because they want to show that even they have become Krishna. So that is what is understanding. And that is just because of not taking devotees association. Krishna tells to Arjuna, Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. Oh Arjuna, I am giving this jnanam to you. What is the purpose? What is the reason? This jnanam is open secret. But in spite of that, not that everybody understands. It's very difficult to understand this jnana. So this open secret, this mystery, this mystical knowledge, I am giving to you because you are bhakta, you are my sakha. So this knowledge is very, very important. So the ecstatic symptoms of Ishwarapuri is the purest sign of a true Vaishnava. Advaitacharya immediately took him in his arms and the entire body became wet with tears. Aste vyaste Advaita tulila nijakole sinchita haila anga nayane rajale. So in this way, Advaitacharya took him in his arms. Samvarada nahe prema punha punha bade santoshe mukunda uchchakari shloka pade. So what did they do? The symptoms of ecstatic love continued to increase rather than diminish. As Mukunda began to loudly recite appropriate verses. So in every situation, calling Krishna, in every situation, hearing about Krishna, that is the nature of a devotee. Dekhiya Vaishnavastava Premere Vikara Atula Ananda Mane Janmila Sabhara. The Vaishnavas' hearts were filled with incomparable happiness as they saw the transformations of ecstatic love. So the Vaishnavas' hearts were filled when the Vaishnavas see such ecstatic love in other Vaishnava, naturally they experience that incomparable bliss. But there is an artificial Mayavadi who also exhibits. At the time, you will never experience any bliss. You can see that actually they are pretending. पाचे सबे चिनी लेना श्री ईश्वरपुरी प्रेम देखी सबाई सनेरे हरि हरि. Later, when they heard he was Ishwarpuri, the devotees all remembered Lord Hari. What is the statement? Why they remembered Lord Hari? They were thanking Hari. Oh, what a fortune we have, that we have got the association of Ishwarpuri. They were till that time, they were not knowing. Afterwards, they came to know, the Vaishnavas came to know that actually he is Ishwarpuri. At the time, they thanked Lord Hari. यही मत ईश्वरपुरी नवती पपुरे अलक्षिते बुलिने बुलेना चिनिते केह नारे नारे. So when Ishwarpuri was wandering in Navadipa, no one was able to recognize him. That is a lakshana of a pure devotee. They don't want any recognition. When Madhavendra Puri was being searched by the Pandit of Remuna, because Remuna, Lord revealed to the Pandit that I have stolen a pot for Madhavendra Puri. At that time, this Pandit, this Brahmana, temple pujari, he was carrying that pot, small pot, and he was searching. Oh, Madhavendra, Puri, Lord has stolen kheer for you. As soon as Madhavendra Puri heard this, he was in ecstasy, but he was also in fear that the people will start giving him so much of recognition. That is why he ran away from that place. So this is one of the wonderful quality of a pure devotee. He doesn't want any mana. Amanina, manadena. He doesn't expect any recognition. So Ishwarpuri is wandering in Navadipa without making people recognize him. Daive kadina Prabhu Shri Gaura Sundara Padaya Aisena Apanara Pate Dekaila Ishwarpuri Sane Pratadeki Prabhu Namaskarila Apan. Now Gaur Sundar was returning home from school. By providence, he met Ishwarpuri. Seeing his eternal servant, the Lord offered him obeisances. Lord is the knower of everything. Even though Ishwarpuri may hide his identity, but Lord recognized him and paid obeisances. The etiquette that householders offer respects to the members of the renounced order of life is prescribed in the Dharma Shastras. As the Grahastha Brahmana, Sri Gaura Sundara, duly offered obeisances to the Vaishnava Sannyasi. Although Gaur Sundar is a lord of the 14 worlds, and although he later enacted the past tense of accepting initiation from Ishwarpuri, in reality, Ishwarpuri was the servant of Sri Gaur Sundar. So Lord, by his behavior, by his mudras, he wants to teach us. Yad idachariti shreshtasthapate yad pramanam kurte lokas tadanu vartate. Like Lord likes to show certain example. Now a Grahastha Vaishnava, when he sees a sannyasi, immediately he should pay obeisances. When he sees a Vaishnava sannyasi, immediately. So there, that time you should not think, oh, even I am exalted devotee than even a Vaishnava sannyasi. He may be. But Dharma Shastras say, when a Grahastha, other orders, other statuses, when they see a sannyasi, they should pay obeisances. Ati anirvachan achavachaniya Thakura Sundara Sarvamate, Sarvavilakshana, Gunadhara. Now Vishwambar is so beautiful. Gaur Sundar, Vishwambar, Gaura Sundar. He is golden in color. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very beautiful. Gaura means golden. Taking the mood of Srimati Radharani, Krishna is now no more blackish blue. He is Gaura Sundara, very beautiful, golden color. He is Vishwambhara. He takes the bhara or the burden of the universe. His beauty is indescribable. Sarva Mate, Sarva Vilakshana Gunadhara. He has all the extraordinary qualities. Yatyapi tahana marma kehana hi jane tathapi sadhavasa kore dekhi sarvajana. Although people did not know his real identity, they nevertheless had great respect for him. So even Vishwambhara is concealing his identity. He is not revealing to everyone that he is the Supreme Lord. Chahe Naishwarpuri, Prabhura Sharira, Siddha Purushera Praya, Parama Gambhira. Now when Ishwarpuri saw Nimai's features, he could understand that Nimai is not an ordinary person, he's an exalted personality, he's a grave and exalted personality. The words Siddha Purushera Praya means equal to a Mahabhagavata. One should not misunderstand that the word Praya or almost means when Puripad saw Gaurasundar, he did not even consider him a Siddha Purusha. Rather, he understood that the Lord who was dressed as a Siddha Purusha was worshipable. And since the Lord accepted the mood of a devotee, appeared as a Siddha Purusha. Again, this point is very important. Ishwar Puri did not think that he is a Siddha Purusha. In fact, he sees that Lord is garbed as a Siddha Purusha. Jikyasena Twamara ki nama Vipravara ki punthi padao pada kon sthani gara. Now, Ishwar Puri inquired, O Vipravara, O best of the Brahmanas, Twamara ki nama? What is your name? Ki punthi padao? What are you studying? Pada kon sthana ghar? What are you studying? What are you teaching? Pada means padao. Ki punthi padao means what are you studying? What are you teaching? And where do you live? Kon sthana ghar? Shesha sarve बोली लेना निमाई पंडिता तुम्ही से बरिया बड़ा कैलाहर सीता. Then others replied, he is Nimai Pandit. Oh, Ishwapuri was very happy. Oh, so you are Nimai. Already the news of Nimai has reached many places. So he was very happy. He said, oh, so you are Nimai. Bhiksha Nimantrana Prabhu Kari. Bhiksha Nimantrana Prabhu Karilena Tani. So here Lord invited Ishwarpuri for Bhiksha. Bhiksha means for lunch. Mahadare Grahe Lai Chalila Apani. The Lord invited Ishwarpuri and respectfully brought him home. It is a duty of the household Brahmanas to invite Vaishnava sannyasis to their homes for lunch. Therefore, as an ideal household of Brahmana, Gaur Sundar invited Sri Puripad to his house for lunch. Krishnera Naivaitya Sachisha Karilena Giya Bhiksha Kari Vishnu Grahe Vashirashiya. So Mother Sachi made offerings for Krishna, and after honoring the prasad, Ishwarpuri sat in the temple room. So after honoring Krishna prasad that had been cooked by Sachi, Ishwarpuri sat in the temple room of Sachi's house. Krishnera prastava sava kahita lagila kahite Krishnera katha vasha haila. So Ishwarpuri was completely absorbed while describing the topics of Krishna. While discussing topics of Krishna, Ishwarpuri's spiritual senses became almost inert. He became intoxicated in the service of the Lord as if he were directly situated in the spiritual world. The subtle and gross designations of conditioned souls who are averse to the Lord are obstacles on the path of realizing the kingdom of Vaikuntha. By discussing topics of Hari, such obstacles are surpassed. So the moment we identify ourselves with some position that becomes ours to realize the kingdom of God. So somebody says, I know the Vaikuntha, oh, I know that Golok Dham, I know that he has attained Goloka or whatever. If a person is identifying with the position, he can never understand this. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sivam. Janma Ishwari Shuta Shri Bhiredamana Matakuman. Kunti Maharani says, these four things becomes an obstacle. Janma, Aishwarya, Shuta, Shri. The pride of having been born in a particular family. Janma, Aishwarya, having the opulence, the pride of having opulence. Shuta, the pride of having the knowledge. Shri, the pride of having the beauty. These things becomes impediment. Because if a person has this, naturally is going to identify himself with this. So this becomes an impediment in the path of understanding the kingdom of God. So how to remove such obstacles? How to remove these impediments, this identification? The more we are inclined to hear the topics of Lord, this type of identification will automatically go away. Even having the identification, oh, I am initiated devotee, that itself is enough to spoil our devotion. So that is why it is very, very important to have the hearing process. The more we read, the more we hear, then we can understand such identification. Sarvopati, Vinirmukta, one has to come out of such identification. So here we'll stop. Any questions you can ask. Any questions?
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, धनुष प्रणाम। माता जी, अगर डिवोशन हमारा फॉल डाउन होता है तो वो वापस गेन करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा मुझे?
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाव साधनेव समन्तव्य सम्यक् विभजितो सः। अगर थोड़ा कहीं ना कहीं फॉल डाउन हो गया, अपि चेत् कृष्ण से हो भी गया, वापस हमें हरि नाम संकीर्तन और गुरु का आश्रय लेना है। जैसे दुर्वासा मुनि जब अम्बरीश महाराज को मिले तो उनको गुस्सा आया था, सुदर्शन उनके पीछे पड़ गया था। उन्होंने क्या किया, एक ही हल भगवान ने कहा, जिसके प्रति भी अगर हमने अपराध किया है उसके शरण में चले जाओ। नहीं जा पाते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ सम सोशल सर्कमस्टेंसेस, नहीं जा पा रहे हैं, एटलीस्ट मन ही मन उसको हम रिपेंट करना चाहिए और हमें दिए हुए मार्ग, हमारे गुरु ने दिए हुए मार्ग पर वापस अटल रहना चाहिए।
ओके माता जी, थैंक यू सो मच, सो वंडरफुल क्लास।
और किसी का कोई प्रश्न है?